Okay, what's up, guys? So, I'm gonna do a quick little basketball lesson on passing, and hope to kind of bring you guys a little bit of something, something every week. But we'll see how it goes. So, um, one of the things that I think is interesting is like how much passing has kind of taken a backseat to dribbling, and I find it interesting because growing up that was the thing. Like, hey, we gotta make good passes, and I'm under the firm belief, and I've written about it so many times that if you're not a good passer, you're not a good teammate. Period. Like you can't even argue with me in that regard because I just won't believe it. And like it's completely an opinion, but I'm never gonna take anybody's opinion who says, well, I can be a good teammate, even though I throw sloppy passes that my teammates have to like jump to catch, or that go out of bounds all the time, or that take my teammate completely out of their shooting motion or whatever. So I'm never gonna believe it. So don't even bring the argument to me because it is what it is. Um, so I have this video kind of queued up, and we're gonna check it out. And I'm gonna go through 3 different videos on passing, and you guys can take what you want out of it. If you have some videos that you want me to break down, I got you. Just definitely send them to me. Send me your team's games, whatever. And if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask. Alright, so we're going to watch this play in full. Just like that. Ball storm. Okay, and so we have a team that's like 3/4 court pressing, and you have the ball handlers coming up the court with the basketball. You kind of make the right move here in throwing the ball to midcourt. I know it's a little bit tough to see. So you get the ball to midcourt. I would like that that offensive player to be on the other side of the court. I would never catch the ball with 1 foot on the line and 1 foot in the backcourt. It was just kind of dangerous, but it was successful. We got the ball there, brought 2 defenders over. She keeps the ball above her head and is able to find that next pass in transition. And this is where it gets like a little muddled. I know the video is kind of blurry. You have to read the defense at all times. So you have to know where defenders are at all times. And it's hard because everything's constantly moving, but you still need to have an eye on where people are and where they're going and what they're doing. So the issue with this pass here, she's trying to make this pass to this teammate here. And you have these 2 players that are in motion running back. So as she's trying to make that pass, you actively have people running through that passing lane. Difference is if she gets that ball up and over those girls and can loop it into that teammate or fire a pass so quick that they don't have the opportunity to do it, cool. But none of that happens. And also in transition, where we're trying to, they're pressing and they're trapping, we're trying to get the ball as fast as we can to across half court. Now the job has been done. Right? The ball is across half court. If you look, you have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 4 white players. One here, 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 and here, above the 3-point line. So we are in no real position at this point to attack the rim. And then even if we did attack the rim, all of our rebounders are basically outside the 3-point line. So it's not a good setup. So the first thing I really want to do is, as a point guard, I want to run and get the basketball and say, all right, let's set up our offense. But what happens is, we take that attempt and we try to make that pass. Now, this is the thing that also is tough to watch, because if you look here and you see where her defender is, she's in front of her defender. So if you're, again, this is knowing where everybody is on the floor, you'll be able to read the defense. If you see that, you already know, all right, like, I've got to pass the ball to this. She's in the paint. She's in front of her defender. So I have to give her that basketball so she can turn and make a play. But instead, we opt for that cross-court pass, and it gets stolen. So there's not really much more to say on that, because that's a good play by the defense. That's what they want. They want you to, in a transition, I really want to force those kind of passes. Like, that's the whole point. We put pressure. We force you to make a pass you really shouldn't or don't want to make. And then we take the pass. So the defense did exactly what their goal was, and they got the steal. So when we look here, and this is kind of the setup that they had, look at what we have here, right? So that ball should have came immediately in, like right away. But, again, I got offensive here, I got offensive here, I got offense here. These are supposed to be numbers, sorry. So I got my offensive players, they're outside this whole entire 3-point line. Like, they're useless to me. You know what I mean? Like, and one thing that I don't have is I don't have this player here. So I can't even push the ball down here, drag the defense. That means that one player has to leave. This player has to get back. And I can't even make that move because we're not set up in a good transition offense. Especially on that pass break. On that press break. So when you look at it that way, it's tough because immediately if you see this situation, that ball has to come right to this player so she can turn, catch, and make this basket, or at least get an attempt. But again, two defenders blocking that way, able to kind of get up and jump and steal that ball, especially on a softer pass. Not a very good look. So obviously that got stolen. So let's go to our next one. Let's watch this in full. Alright, so you're probably like, sorry, let me get rid of it. Probably like, well, the pass got to her. First off, boom, right there, stop. Go back, right here, pause. This pass here, this one-handed, as I'm running back, I mean, you're lucky that the defense didn't decide to turn around earlier, throwing that ball one-handed. They'll turn, face her, and throw her a good pass, and then as this guard here, I want to be here. Like, I want to come to the basketball. I don't want this player throwing a cross-court pass. It's a bad habit, number one. Because if she's throwing it across like that, like not even thinking about it, and the defense at that one time decides to pay attention, well, look where you are throwing the basketball. Look where their basket is. It's easy. All you gotta do is steal that one time and I'm putting it in the layup, in the basket. So I'm never throwing the ball across the paint like that. I'm coming here, I'm getting the basketball. Or you stay there, and have her come over to you and hand her the ball off. And that should be happening really, really fast. Alright, so we get here, and now we have the defender. She stops to put pressure on the basketball. Good. That's your job. That's what we want. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So she's putting pressure on the basketball. I can't see the ball here. I can't see the ball here. She really should be, headed to half court. I wouldn't really have my 5 in the backcourt trying to help bring the ball up, but every team's dynamics are very different, so I can't really say yay or nay whether that's a really good idea or not. But, she's kind of able to see the ball, but I don't know if she's really looking at that or looking at this girl here. She's got her head turned, but we're not wide enough. Like, this is a guard. I want to be wide. I don't even really want to be center of the court. So we're not running in the right spaces. I want to be wide. I don't want to be center of the court. She's not running in the right spaces. And then I get here and I slow down to make a pass. Now, let's look at what we're really seeing here, right? Because immediately, we're not really seeing this player. And while she should be coming here, she's kind of staying on the outside. I want to be even more outside. I want to keep going to that outside. And she's got her feet kind of turned in a specific direction already. So why am I trying to go back to the direction she's cutting off, especially when I have a player who's actually not really being guarded at this time, about to cross the half-court line. So that doesn't really happen, and she's even more open at this point. Like, I'm even more open. And, yes, we're open too. And now here's my second thing. Who am I passing it to? Now there are fives or are post players that can handle the basketball, and give it to them when the pressure on the guards is so much that they can't even get the ball inbound. And we have I played with a 4 and a 5 that could get the ball to half court, so that the defense will go back, and that one-on-one defense against our point guard was null and void. They had to kind of stop doing that because our post players could dribble the ball up the floor and advance the basketball. But again, you have to know who you're playing with. So I'm throwing the ball here. Again, we're straddling that line, right? Either I'm going to be on this side of the line or I'm going to be clearly on this side of the line. I'm not going to kind of be in between both. But we're straddling that line a little bit, and then immediately I put the ball on the floor. Now this is my post player, right? This is the person that I want in transition, or even after a made basket, or even after a missed basket, and we get the offensive board. I want that player sprinting to get to the block every single time. If she doesn't have the ball in her hands off the defensive board, or once she outlets it, get to the paint and post up. That's immediate. I'm not asking you to do nothing else, ever. But we give her the ball almost in a transition press break, and she's got to make a decision. Now, I don't know how everyone trains their post players. Every coach is different, and she should know how to think out of the situation, because if you're going to put her in a situation, she should know how to get out of the situation. But it's clear that that's not the case. Takes a dribble to the side, right, and immediately comes into the trap and then picks up the basketball. So as a point guard or as a guard in this situation, number one, my next goal is I got to go get the basketball because she's trapped. Like that, my post player, I need to go relieve her of that stress. She shouldn't even be in that position. But even so, we shouldn't be picking the ball up there. But that, again, is a testament to the skill set, right? Like her, when she's in practice or when you're working with post, you're not saying so. Like if there's a press break and you get caught at the wing with the basketball, no. You're usually the person that's going to reverse the ball or get the ball at half court and make a quick decision to advance the basketball. I'm not asking you to dribble the ball across half court and get into a wing position and then make a decision, because that's not your job. It shouldn't be. So the ball is then smacked out of her hands. Now again, as the guard, look at this. Let's go backwards. As the guard, once I give up that basketball and I see her, I'm following you. And I need that ball back. Thank you for helping me get it across the court. Give me the ball back. So that's another thing that we have to pay attention to in this situation. I'm never giving the ball up to my post player or the player that I depend on the least to dribble anywhere in the game, even if they have the skill set, right? When you walk into the gym and you're on the court, your name gets called, and we know you don't dribble often, I'm not giving you the ball. Like, I'm not giving you the ball outside the paint and ask you to make dribble moves or figure out where the ball should go next. That is the job of the point guard, and like even the shooting guard, even my my 3 guard, my small forward or whatever can come in and make that decision. Doesn't happen here. All right, so that's a tough spot. It's definitely a turnover on your post player, but I'm also saying that's a turnover on my guards too, because she shouldn't be put in that position to have to decide. So last clip, let's watch. Short one. Boom. Okay, this turnover is super preventable, right? I mean, first off, let's look at how the defense is playing, because we're completely matched up here, right? And even though she's moving up, we're completely matched up. Boom. I'm not even realistically, I'm not really in help, but she sees where the basketball is. Like, if where this team is, you should have 3 girls with their foot in the paint waiting for her to make this drive to the basket. So she's able to come free of no one right now, flashing that high post. I mean, that's an immediate pass, but I don't think she gives it to her. That's an immediate look. And she clears out. Boom. Now, all right, good. We've stopped this drive because this kid was driving all game, and we weren't able to stop it the whole game. But this drive was stopped. And she does the right thing. She kicks it to the teammate that's out on the wing. And boom. Right? And does the correct thing. She doesn't go far away from the basketball. She immediately resets and provides another outlet pass for her teammate. Right? Now, she's a good pass for this kid. Now, what happens here is what I really wanted to talk about, because it's a simple, unforced error that never had to happen. So I go up with the ball. Look where the ball is. First off, she didn't dribble, right? Let's go back. I make sure. Oh, maybe she did dribble. Nope, she didn't dribble. She gets the ball. She looks like she's going to swing by. And then she brings it around. And instead of even testing this defender, she's immediately like, I don't want the ball. Let me throw it back. Right? Instead of even testing her to see what she's going to do. And I don't know if this kid's left-handed. I didn't really get a chance to pay too much attention to that. But, yes, good job defense here. So she's got deterred, I guess, from even testing to bring this defender and this defender together. She's got everybody watching the basketball, so I don't know where she is. I can't even see this. Nobody even knows where this kid is, because they're not watching that at all. So I don't know who this pass is actually meant for, because this is a good flash here, and then obviously she's open for that. I need to get rid of the basketball pass, and you're at the top of the key. You can reset, whatever. There's no shot clock here, so you can do that a million times. But look at how the ball leaves her hands. So she throws this left-handed pass right to the other team. She's never used her dribble, and this is why I really wanted to show you this video, because the first thing that I'm going to do in this situation is I'm going to dribble. Boom, dribble, dribble. Now I might have this pass, but I'm also past this defender, or I've moved this defender, or I'm able to get my top leg over her top leg, or I'm just going to dribble out backwards, and then I got the pass to the next person who's there. You know what I mean? And so it's critical that you, one, know where you're at on floor, where your defenders are, who's open on your team, who's not open, and you have to like, this is what dribbling is for. So in this culture where everybody wants to dribble more, boom, you have the opportunity to dribble, get yourself out of a tough situation. And to be fair, the pressure on her wasn't as tough because she still had dribble. If she didn't have it, it would be worse because she couldn't move. But a simple, sorry guys, a simple, move with the basketball ball one time on the floor with that left hand, and now I'm in a better position to make whatever pass I want to make. So that's my spiel about passing today. I really think that we don't place as much weight on passing as we should, as coaches, as trainers, and as athletes. And passing is like that one thing that if you do it very, 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 very well, you have the opportunity to really, position yourself in a way to add to the team and be a better teammate and win games. And, at the end of the day, we're looking at that win-loss column and we're saying, how can we be better? Well, passing causing a lot of turnovers because we're not passing the ball to the right team or, the right way, or we have bad angles. So, I would just like to see people focus on passing just a little bit more. And, that was our first video, so progressively, hopefully they get a little bit better. And, we'll see you guys next time on my little classroom. Peace.